Oh, there you guys go. What's good, everybody? This your boy Flawless, back with another episode of Flawless Fantasy Football. I see some happy faces out there. Oh, I see some happy faces out there. Yes, I do. I told you don't worry. I told you don't worry. I wasn't going to let you guys down. You have to believe. This is a marathon, not a race. Oh, how beautiful it was on Thursday Night Football. What an awesome game. What an awesome game. Unfortunately, the Chiefs won. But, to be honest with you, I didn't really have a dog in the fight. Didn't care who won. A slight part of me wanted the Chargers to win. But at the end of the day, I just wanted that fantasy juice. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Flawless, I need more. No more from Mike. Are you happy now? Are you happy now? Mike snapped on him and got right. 8 catches for a buck, 13 in a touch. Should have had a bigger second half. But it was like, man, we ain't letting this motherfucker doggone beat us no more. You got to throw it to somebody else. It's kind of crazy, though, too, how Herbert was missing Palmer early. He was missing him early. He was missing him bad, too. It wasn't Palmer's fault at all. But then he hit him in the end zone. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to hold y'all. But, you know, I told you around here, Flawless, you got to be fearless. You know your boy, I started Mike Williams and Palmer in 2 out of the 3 leagues I have. Yeah, so it worked out. It worked out nicely. And I could have started him in the 3rd one, but I just had so many other options. I had Singletary, you know, what else? And I had Singletary, you know, and then I have a Lazard in it. Well, I got Lazard in all of them, but yeah, I kind of want to save it. You know, your team dynamic and your roster construction is kind of different. So, but yeah, it popped off pretty well. I'm glad you guys were happy and excited about Mike. Most of you guys have him. Even, like my son, my adult son that's 25, he actually was gunning for Mike, but then he got sniped in the 3rd round. But it's okay. He's undefeated, and he should continue. But I'm just excited. You know, my homeboy Derek said, oh, I was going to bench him too. I'm like, you was not going to bench. He's not going to bench Mike Williams. You ain't going to do that. But yeah, it's all good, guys. I'm happy for you guys. I'm glad you guys got off to a great start. And since we're already talking about the game, we're not going to talk about much about my home. 235 and 2. Kelsey, 5 catches for 50. Ooh, and somebody paid a nice second round tender for somebody that had 10 PPR points. Full. 7.5 and half. I guess it ain't really too bad, but they ain't spending that type of money for that. They tried to do the little shovel pass thing and get him in there, but it ain't worked that way. And Juju trash, 3 for 10. Tell you about, not y'all, but other people like, oh, picking Juju. So many content creators, so many people. Oh, Juju, he should be this, he should be that. Juju's washed, people. Juju's a nobody. The best days of Juju's behind, but screw Juju. Not gonna waste our time talking about Juju. Let's talk about that Justin Herbert. That dude is a dog. He got that dog inside of him. Man, I was worried about him, though, for real, man. Y'all saw when he was trying to run for the first down, and he just didn't have it in the run. He came and threw the ball away. It was open seas. My unborn freaking 3rd daughter could have made that first down. And I don't even have any daughters, you know, but it was just that easy. But that's how you could tell. I knew then, I was like, yeah, something's broke or cracked in there. There's no way you could be going through that type of level of discomfort the way you just like refuse to run up 2 yards when nobody's nowhere around you. So I think he'll be okay, though, at the end of the day. They say he's day-to-day, you know. Fractured rib cartilage, right? Fractured to his rib cartilage. So we'll see if he plays next week. I believe he will. What is there's not, there's nothing you can do but put a flat jacket on, essentially take a little shot and go at it, So I'm thinking there'll probably be a lot of quick passes and stuff like that. They're gonna really have the offensive line really gonna have to protect them. So, but that was a great game. It started off slow, but it got there. So heck, in one of my leagues, guys, the Megala Bowl one started Eckler. I think he had like 16 points or something like that. Eckler, Herbert. Herbert had 33. Mike Williams and Palmer. Yeah, that's the league I freaking lost in last week by 4. So I'm playing one of the undefeated teams, and I already got like 80-some points up on them. So I want to go ahead and finish him off, not and be able to get 2 wins because you got to score above the league minimum, whatever, league median, and to get an additional win, that type of crap. It's cool though, but hopefully I can keep it going. All right, yeah, but you saw Everett. Did you see Everett, man? Everett, I don't know if I could really blame him a lot. He tried to come out because he just did that Herculean play, dragged those guys down there to like the 1 or 2, and he tried to come out because he knew it wasn't gonna be no good for the team. And then it was like doing the hurry up, and they made him stay on the field. And then homeboy went right to him, Herbert, and he must finish his route. The dude was gassed. That's what caused that pick to go all the way back. That was. And then he was over there kind of talking to Herbert in his ear, letting him know what happened. And Herbert was like, what up, I could tell he was like, man, shut the hell up and get out of my ear. I could just tell it on his. He was not happy, So, but hey, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have got my juice from Palmer. You know what I'm saying? So, and I ain't the only one that had Palmer too. So other people out there had Palmer, and yeah. So at least you be able to, feel good about what happened. And like, guys, just make sure Let's make sure we ain't got nobody messed up in our flexes and stuff like that. Because it started out great. Some people left like Dylan on the bench. I ain't going to call no names. But left Dylan on the bench. Left Cordell Patterson on the bench. You got to put these guys in at your flexes and, because you got to use them while they're up. So make sure we can't make no mistakes like that and maximize your points. And it's great. We got off to a great start again. But we got to make sure I keep our foot on the pedal. We don't want no pedestrian people out there. Remember, we want LMs, right? Not LMs, pause. We want NMs, right? We want NMs on our team. And what are NMs? Say it with me. Needle movers. Yay, guys, you got it. So everything's going well. I think it's going to be a nice week of fantasy. It's going to be raining again in San Fran, by the way. So if you got any pieces over there, it's going to be a Seattle versus San Fran. So it's going to be very rainy over there. I don't think it's going to be the monsoon like it was in Chicago. But in San Fran, I don't know what they did, but we did. But it's going to be another rainy day. So if you got pieces over there, I guess you got to start Debo. I don't really know that many people that got Debo, in this community. But you're going to have to play those guys, but anything else I stay away from. So I'm looking to see who's going to be the lead back coming out of there. Now, they say Jeff Wills is going to start, but that don't mean he's going to be the man, so we'll see what happens. So let's talk about some injuries. Before we move on, I'm trying to tell you yesterday, it's just more so like a little fellowship. It's a little recap of the game, but just why I want to sit down and talk to y'all real quick. I was going to make, after I got off work kind of early, and I was like, man, I'm going to make a video about my case for Mike Williams, But when I was getting ready, I was kind of tired too, but I was going to knock it out. But as soon as I was getting ready to do it, I found out, I got a 9-year-old son. Y'all know my son. Y'all seen him in the video. That he's into flag football. So me and his mom co-parenting. We got him a week on and a week off, right? See, I'm talking to y'all like y'all fam. See, I'm like y'all to give you an insight to me. But I had contacted her about something. She had called me back or got back in touch with me, and she said she couldn't find anybody taking the practice. So I had to make a decision. I had to be like, okay, am I going to make this video? If I made this video, then I'm not, she didn't ask me to take him practice. She's like, well, he can't go to practice because, couldn't have nobody, to take him. So me being the father I am, of course, I'd be like, I don't want to miss this freaking want to miss his flag football practice. So I went all the way across town to go get him and took him out there, stayed out there an hour and a half. I didn't get back here till, I want to say about 15 minutes before the game started. But I was going to make my video, you got to prioritize stuff, So plus, give me a day off real quick. Give me a little quick a buy day off. like a bye week. But I wanted to make it so bad, like my case for Mike Williams, and I was going to talk about it because I'd have had it written down. I was like going to talk about like the 12 wide receiver on down, like based on Fantasy Pros or whatever. It's like Higgins and Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Sutton, Williams, Terry McLaurin, and Deontay Johnson, and based off those, and still why I would still rather have him, DJ Moore. DJ Moore's getting picked before him. He went 1 for 7 last week. Wouldn't have been happy with that. And so I went 4 for 72, but it wasn't exciting. It just ain't no upside there. I tell you, these guys, certain guys aren't needle movers. And even McLaurin, he went 2 for 58. Last week, but hell, he got lucky on one of those. So stick with it, guys. And we just gotta hope for the best for Herbert and. Hopefully Keenan Allen just come back and not assume his role, but understanding that, look, man, your hamstring, I ain't going to sit up here. I ain't going to bash dude, but his best days are behind him. And I told you guys that. I told you he was glass, didn't I? And it just opened the door for what it was supposed to be. So hopefully it continues that way. All right, J.K. Dobbins, I don't think anybody out there much got him because I told y'all to stay away from this guy. I like Dobbins, love Dobbins. I was tempted to get him last year in my draft, but he got sniped by the person that was right in front of me. But I'm glad I didn't get him because he had got hurt like a week after that or 2 weeks after that or something because we drafted a little bit early in that particular league last year. So I think he's going to get some playing time this week. But I'm rooting for him. Trust me, I'm rooting for him. But I wish that he'd just take it slow, Godwin's out. That was another one. People so geeked up by Godwin. I'm like, man, we've seen the best of Godwin. When these people start having these injuries, don't be drafting nobody with injuries. It's problematic and it's not worth it, really. Mac Jones is back off the injury report. How about Kamara? Kamara is likely to be out. And look, people was drafting him what? Early second. Because he was dropping, but I remember I said that I didn't believe he was going to play well because he's going to be having that issue over his shoulder over his head the whole year. So he was somebody I just really wasn't willing to touch. Plus I believe we saw the best of Kamara. And that's always my thing. Have we seen the best of this person? So I'm more likely not to pick him if we were seeing years of the best of somebody, not just one pinnacle season. But if you've seen the best of somebody, you probably expect them to be on a decline. And even though he's a sensational athlete, so he's likely out because he missed practice today. So we'll see what happens. They brought in another running back. But we'll see what happens over there. They play Tampa? Is it Tampa? Not sure. But nevertheless, Alvin Kamara is likely out. So playing accordingly. Brian Robinson's back to practicing. That's good. That's promising. I'm assuming he probably going to get back out there within the next 4 weeks. I don't know how that split's going to work or whatever, but hopefully everything. I'm just glad that he's back out there. Michael Pittman, I believe he's going to be questionable, but I believe he'll play. Swift is questionable, but I believe he'll play. He said he missed a couple of days worth of practice, but say he's not worried about anything. But, they be teetering, Swift is dynamic, but, man, these jokers don't know how to stay healthy. Going back to the game, a lot of people was concerned about Eckler because of the usage. And granted, he was in there, but, and other people getting time. So, they got Kelly from there for last year, and they brought in Michelle. Both of those guys they're just those guys. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. They're not studs, not even close to it. But how I feel is like, look, they know they need Eckler. And they don't want to put that workload on Eckler like they put on him last year. Even though it's great for fantasy. But, man, at the end of the day, if you got him in there bamming, you get him nicked up, man, you're throwing away your season almost. Because those other guys aren't going to get it done for you. So I know, look, people get upset when they see Eckler on the goal, Eckler not in on goal lines and Michelle in there and stuff like that. But, hey, man, it's for a greater purpose. He still scored like 15, 16 high-point PPR points last night, so he didn't kill you. So I had him in the Megla Bowl League. So you just got to take what he gives you and keep it moving. Like, my boy Scotty. He's my, I've known him for a good little while. I'm saying, coaching him. He's here local. Went to school with my oldest son. He says, he texted me last night. Yeah, I'm putting you out there, Scotty. He says, should I trade Mixon? Should I trade Mixon for Eckler? I'm getting offers for I'm like, no. So he says, why? Yeah, we go back and forth for a minute. And he basically said that somebody was offer him Eckler for Mixon because the guy wanted Mixon. I said, of course he's trying to give you Eckler because I think Eckler had like 4 points at the time. Because you're looking at that single digit, and he don't see the usage in the goal line and the usage in the play percentage. Of course he's trying to do that. And then Mixon just caught about 6, 7, 8 passes or some crap. But I said, no, don't do it. Stick with what you got. Don't sweat it. And even though with this thing now, I think they're going to use Eckler even more for dump downs nowadays too, just to get the ball out of Herbert's hands. So, especially when he come back and play, So, guys, don't make these rational decisions. Stick with your teams. If you want to tweak some things, that's fine. Like I tweak some things. Actually, I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, I don't have commit on neither one of my 3 teams anymore. Now, I just don't think they're gonna have a great game in Green Bay. And in one of my leagues that I got rid of them in, I picked up Bob Tunyon because that's my 12-man league, work league, and going postal. But that's a standard league. So really, the catches don't really mean much in there. So it's more touchdowns have more pull in that league. And then the other one is like the tight end for Saints, the one that do all that running. And he's in one league, and I got the other one is the tight end for the Texans. Can't remember these guys' names. But so I'm just looking for upside. I kind of don't like Chicago's offense, even though it's kind of in general. But so I decided to make some upside plays. So we'll see what happens. One player don't make a team anyway. So, but try to make adjustments. But definitely not when it comes to my running backs and my quarterbacks and wide receivers. I'm not touching those at all. So, and starting wide receivers anyway. So, let me see what else I got to talk about. Ain't not too much of nothing, guys. They got Kenneth Walker gonna come back. He gonna play against my Niners. I don't think he ain't gonna get much clock though, So I believe it'll still be Penny getting most of the work. That offense is just kind of weird over there in Seattle, It's, you got an old boy over there. He throw it to the tight ends, and I'm glad they won though. But it's like it's just DK getting his targets, but they're not those good targets. Maybe just because of that game. So we'll see what happens if he can put anything together. And I am not starting Allen Lazard. I might start him in one league. All depends how I'm doing in the one league to see if I can start him. But I probably won't. I probably just play Singletary. That's in my second league because he plays on Monday night. I just want to view Allen Lazard first. Or I have Tunyon in that league, I believe. No, not that league. It's another league. But I just want to watch him first. So I'm excited to get him back on the field, get him as the wide receiver one as a strong option. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, just want to touch base with you and do a little fellowship and run my mouth. Congratulations on another good start. And again, make sure those lineups are strong. Make sure if you got a kicker, I don't want you guys having no freaking crap kickers in there. If your kicker didn't give you a good week, if he's not attached to at least a B-rated offense or above, you need to get rid of him. Okay? I know somebody had not gonna call any names. What's that kicker for the Patriots? Always picking that dude. That dude gave him a freaking 1. I don't know why you picked that dude. I told him before, look, pick an elite offensive kicker to attach to a good team offense. So it just, ugh. So he's made the changes though, so make sure you don't slip up in your lineups. Make sure you maximize your points, guys. Again, I just want to touch bases with you guys, do a little quick Thursday recap and talk and fellowship. So if this is your first time watching, consider subscribing. Flawless Fantasy Football, where you hear what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's the beauty of this. That's the beauty. See, some people say, oh, you could draft this person at the right price. Everybody has a price in draft. And I don't believe that. I don't care if it's your 14th pick. I wouldn't want you picking Juju. You know, it's just a wasted thrown pick. You know what I'm saying? Every pick's important, even the 13th and 14th. They need to have substance to them. So, guys, remember, like the video, comment in the comments. Let me know what you're talking about. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of week 2. Congratulations again. Remember, put an emoji, say what's up, holla at your boy or something in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you. Flawless Fantasy Football. We are fearless, 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 and we're going to stay that way. Peace.